What's up? I'm Mike. I'm a dentist, and I didn't start flossing until my 4th year of dental school, I think. By then, I'd seen enough things. Horrific things. Things you can't unsee. Can't unsee. I was scared straight. I was kind of like, ooh, yikes. Ooh, yikes. Okay, yeah, I guess I'll do this flossing thing. So you might have seen or heard back in 2016 stories about how we don't have any long-term, double-blinded clinical trials, sort of the highest level of scientific evidence that flossing is actually even effective. Okay, sure, but when something's painfully obvious, it's not always worth investing the extra resources to figure out definitively what you already know. Do you really want your tax dollars in the form of grant funding being spent on investigating whether flossing is actually good for your teeth and gums? Is that the #1 scientific mystery we really need to be devoting our resources to right now? Like, if I told you that we don't have any clinical trials that prove that wiping your butt is a good idea, you gonna stop cleaning up down there?
Well, actually, science hasn't proven that having a crusty bum is even a problem.
It's a problem. Corn is going to get funky no matter which end of the digestive tract it's lodged at. You need to floss. You need to wipe. It's just good for you. Also, how are we so chill as a society about the fact that our gums bleed if you just touch them? If any other part of our body bled from just lightly touching it, if you could poke your nipple and it started oozing blood, you would sprint to the nearest urgent care. Doctor, please, my nipples are bleeding. Were you running a marathon while wearing an abrasive cotton shirt? No, I was just touching them lightly. Well, okay, you didn't need to give me quite that level of detail. Just fix my nipples. But instead, we're just like, yeah, I mean, my mouth bleeds, but I'm just like a vampire of my own body. Pretty cool. Here's the thing. If you floss correctly and consistently, then your mouth will stop bleeding and hurting. It only takes about a week, and then you get to start enjoying a fresher, healthier mouth. Why does flossing matter anyway? Like, what does it do? It cleans where your brush can't reach, in between the teeth and down below the gums. We all complain about floss a lot. I get it. It's a nuisance, but it's also amazingly effective. If you do it, it keeps your gums and teeth so healthy. Honestly, we owe the weirdo that invented this stuff a debt of gratitude. Like, I know I'm a weirdo, but back in 1815, Dr. Levi Spear Parmley, quite a name there, fella, he was like,
I want to put string between people's teeth.
It's like good invention, but also gross. Keep your distance, Parmley. Thanks for the floss, but no, I do not want to hang out later.
I want to put string between people's teeth.
Bye. Seriously though, if you think dentists like me are creepy and weird and scary, like maybe you never go to the dentist, that's why I'm making these videos. Because let's face it, lots of people don't for all kinds of reasons. You know, I'm not judging, but I still want to help if I can. Even if you never go to the dentist, your brushing and flossing routine at home are way more important than professional dental cleanings. If you take 2 people, right? One who goes to the dentist twice a year but never flosses their teeth, and one who never goes to the dentist but flosses every day, all other things about their lives being equal, who has the healthier teeth? The person who flosses. I don't have a clinical trial to show you that proves that, but I know enough about the various processes that cause the breakdown of gum tissue, bone tissue, and teeth in the mouth to be very confident that that is true. Let's teach you how to floss the right way. Okay? It's very simple, but honestly, most people don't know the proper technique. I didn't know the right way to floss until I was in dental school. Somehow, that wasn't part of the entrance exam. If it had been, I would have been rejected. Big time. You have passed all of the requirements and qualifications for dentistry schooling. However, before we admit you to these masticatory hallways, you must first floss your teeth properly. Oh, fudge. I wouldn't have made it, but you can make it. I believe in you.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Pause the video, read the screen. All right, you accidentally choke on some floss. I'm sorry that happened, but that's not on me. Good luck.
Step 1, properly gripping the floss. Right? You're going to want to wrap it around your middle fingers on each hand for stability. Like so. Now you're holding the floss as if you were about to strangle a small gnome. When I floss, I like to think of myself as a mob hitman choking out a premolar in the back of an Italian restaurant in a Martin Scorsese film. I like to Joe Pesci my incisors. All right, so step 1, grip the floss in a stable fashion, wrapped around your middle fingers. Step 2, we take the floss in between the teeth. Now, lots of us, we get frustrated with floss breaking, shredding, not being able to fit in between your teeth because it's too tight. Here's the thing. Don't try to ram it in there. I know I was just talking about choking people out in Scorsese films, but it's actually a gentle process. You don't need to attack your head. You hold the floss somewhat taut, place it in the little groove or notch in between your teeth, and then gently seesaw back and forth with light downward pressure. Why seesaw? Sometimes pulling straight down isn't the best way to get in between your teeth. That's more likely to break the floss. You gotta go a little to one side or the other. Find that sweet spot. If the floss breaks, don't panic. It's okay. We're failing forward. This is part of the process. You're doing great. We're on the journey. Pick up a fresh strand, go after it again. Once the floss slips in between the teeth, bingo. Right? We have reached the inner sanctum. This plaque has no idea what's about to happen to it. It's go time, baby. Wrap the floss against the side of the tooth in a C or a U shape, right? You pull against the side of the tooth. The pressure is to the side against the tooth. We gently glide up and down the side of the tooth. Slide down and up, like a sexy fireman going up and down a fire pole. You know, like he slides down the pole all sexy like, but then he's got like ropes tied around his shoulders, and there's like a group of other firemen at the top of the tooth, and they start pulling him back up, and he's like, gets to the bottom, he's like, ooh, I'm getting rid of bacteria down here, and then all of a sudden he's like, feels a tug on his shoulders, and he's like, oh, guess I'm going back up. That's what you do. Up and down the pole. You know, that's the fireman on the side of the tooth getting rid of all the plaque. You go up and down, sexy fireman on the sides of one tooth a few times, then you just pull to the other side of the tooth next to it, sexy fireman that tooth, right? Once you're done, slide the floss out, move on to the next space, do the next two teeth. It is important that you get down underneath the gums, but you don't need to push hard. The pressure is against the side of the tooth, not down into the gum tissue. Remember, wrap the tooth. C shape or U shape, you're wrapping the side of the tooth. Fireman's holding on tight, you know, he's C-shaping the tooth, and he's just he's going up and down. This is a tooth. I'm the sexy fireman. Up and down. Okay, you can do that as part of your exercise routine. It takes about a week of consistent flossing to get your gums healthy again. If you start flossing and you're doing it for a whole week and you're not seeing an improvement in your gums, you're still seeing bleeding, stick with it, all right? You're not hurting anything. You can only make things healthier by flossing. Check in with your dentist when you can. You know, some things that can cause gum inflammation, even if you're flossing, can be having fillings or crowns down underneath the gum tissue. If you're pregnant, if you're going through puberty, there's some evidence that these things can cause increased gum inflammation. So even if you're flossing well, you could still have some persistent bleeding. And I get it, like it's not like puberty's not already rough enough. What a red hot nightmare that was. One of my nipples was like 3 times the size of the other one. And I was like a swimmer and a lifeguard, so I had to walk around with my shirt off a lot, and everybody, I don't know. I always wondered, like, is everybody staring at my nipple? I'm staring at my nipple. Bleeding nipples might have been less noticeable than that huge thing. You gotta throw gum disease on top of everything else. So anyway, if you're flossing as a teenager, good for you for being like a little less disgusting or whatever. At least you're not gonna lose your teeth early in life. You're a lot less likely to wake up in the middle of the night with random pain in your head, so that's good. Should free up some time for you to figure out how to get your nipples symmetrical. I mean, it took me a while to figure that one out, but they're pretty even now, so I'm thankful for that. That's basically it. You're a Grandmaster flossing champion now. If you're wondering what kind of floss to use, both waxed and unwaxed floss will do the job. Experiment with both, use what works for you. What about options besides string floss? There's various floss picks you can use. If you're on the go, in the car, at the office, these might be simpler to keep around. They also help out a ton flossing your kids' teeth because it's sort of hard to reach your giant hands and fingers in there. Way easier to use something like this to help your kids floss, which is important to know. As soon as your kids' teeth start to touch, you need to be flossing in between them. You want to make flossing part of the bedtime ritual, right? You're instilling healthy habits early in life. It's really going to help their dental health over the course of a lifetime. Once they get coordinated enough, they can start brushing and flossing themselves. You can just double check their work. An easy coordination milestone is, can they tie their own shoes? If they can, it's time to take over mouth care responsibilities. Tie your shoes, clean your teeth. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Patches O'Houlihan. If you can tie your shoes, you can floss your teeth. Patches O'Houlihan. You can tell your kids I told you to say that. Patches O'Houlihan. What about water flossers? The old pew-pew mouth squirt gun. I haven't read any studies that have convinced me that water flossers are as effective as flossing, especially for cleaning the teeth underneath the gums. That being said, I also started this video saying that we don't have any studies that 100% prove how effective flossing is. So, am I being a hypocrite? Here's what I'll say. Number one, I think water flossers can be a great supplement to flossing. Water flossers are particularly effective if you have large gaps in between your teeth, if you have significant gum recession or bone tissue loss around your teeth, or if you have dental implants or bridges. Dental implants can get gum disease just like regular teeth. Water flossers can be a great tool in those situations for cleaning out large spaces, sometimes even better than floss. Number two, if you're the type of person who, no matter how many YouTube videos you watch, you're still never gonna floss your teeth, then yeah, a water flosser is for sure better than nothing. I would still encourage you to work toward establishing a flossing habit, even if it's just a few times a week. But if a water flosser is our only option, I'll take it. I had a patient in his 80s, and we redid all of his front teeth. I did upper and lower bridges, redid all his teeth. He had a lot of issues. And he didn't have the manual dexterity to manipulate and hold floss and work it between the teeth and under the bridges. And so I thought, perfect situation for a water flosser, right? All you have to do is press a button, move it around in there. That gets the job done. Great. I talked to him at his next cleaning appointment. I was like, hey, how are things going with the water flosser? He just goes, oh, that thing. Yeah, it sprayed all over my bathroom. It was on the ceiling, on the walls. I tried to put it in my mouth. It was all over my face. I just threw it in the trash. The best laid plans of mice and men often go awry. So, if you do get a water flosser, you might consider getting a waterproof one and using it in the shower, because they can get messy. You'll want to spend some time reading reviews on Amazon. You'll see a lot of the same stuff. It can be kind of messy, kind of noisy, either a bigger unit that takes up a whole lot of counter space or a smaller unit that you have to refill several times. But if you use it in the shower, maybe that's not such a difficult thing to refill it, right? Plenty of water around. Do a little research. You know you better than I know you. Find what works for you. Do the best you can. It'll work out. I've got this crazy theory. I think toilet paper people probably tend more to be flossers, and bidet people tend more to be water flossers. I don't have a study to prove that one either yet. Don't worry, I'll be submitting a government grant soon. I've also been doing some independent research, a little at-home experimentation, so we'll see what I come up with. That is the perfect water flosser slogan, by the way, It's a bidet for your mouth. It's a bidet for your mouth. Get some famous celebrity to say that. Those things will fly off the shelves. You're welcome, whichever water flossing company happens to see this video first. I'm probably handing you majillions of dollars. Brajillions of dollars. bajillions of dollars. Just get like Alec Baldwin. French technology has shown us the way to clean our rears in sophisticated fashion. Yet, when it comes to our mouth, we're still following the advice of that creepo Parmley from over 200 years ago? Rubbish. Don't just be posh with your rear. Be posh with your mouth. Then you just say whatever brand of water flosser, somebody wins the Super Bowl, and you sell a crap ton of those things. You're welcome. Crocillions of dollars. And I'm still saying flossing is better than water flossing, but from like a marketing, psychological manipulation standpoint, I think that would work. If you're still watching this, thank you. I hope someone gets to enjoy these. Like, they're kind of fun to make, but they're also a lot of work. But if you're watching and you still don't have a lot of confidence in your ability to improve your oral health, I promise you that you can. You can make a huge difference with very simple habits. That's what these videos are about. I struggle with flossing too, you know? I don't like doing it, you know? And like when the floss breaks, I get so mad, especially if 2 strands break back to back. You should hear the curses I whisper to floss in the bathroom. I say things that would make your mother blush. Sometimes I say unholy things. It's a problem. I should probably dial it back before they like institutionalize me or whatever. You know how Bruce Banner like gets mad and all the like toxic masculinity comes out and he turns into the Hulk or whatever? That's me with floss. Like floss breaks. If I was Bruce Banner, I would like totally Hulk. How many times do you think Bruce Banner has hulked out like stubbing his toe or hitting his funny bone? Why did the Hulk destroy the city? Yeah, you think Bruce might have stepped on a Lego? Here's the other thing about flossing. It's not sexy. You gotta make it sexy. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Leonardo DiCaprio can just vape at the Screen Actors Guild Awards and get every kid in America hooked on nicotine because they want to be hot like Leo. I mean, it's great that he wants to like save the planet or whatever, but you know, that's still not the best thing to be promoting to the youth of America. I think we can do better, Hollywood. Really, I think screenwriters, instead of writing like sexy smoking scenes, they need to write sexy floss scenes. I don't really know how to do that, but we just need hot people doing sexy stuff with floss. Just get like Margot Robbie and Chris Hemsworth. If anyone can sell sexy floss to the American public, it's the Australians. They're more attractive, they've got those accents. That's not a knife. That's not a knife. That's not a knife. That's not a knife. Now that's a knife. Now that's a knife. Now that's a knife. Now that's a knife. They've got those sexy accents. Now that's a knife. Plus marsupials? I mean, come on. Those are just cute and fun on top of all the sexiness. Margot and Chris, they could easily smoke floss together in a movie. Are you enjoying your floss, Margot? Why, yes, Chris, I am. It makes my teeth feel so sexy to smoke floss. They could Lady and the Tramp a piece of floss together. Could wear it like a necklace. You know, they could put it on their lips. Could wear it on their ears like ear pods or like that scene from There's Something About Mary. I'm not saying these are great sexy floss ideas, I'm just trying to start the conversation. I'm just saying we need like sexy photo shoots, you know, Vanity Fair, Maxim, Cosmo. We need to get flossing sponsored by like Call Her Daddy, you know, for the millennials. Sexy floss. It's a bidet. For your mouth. Yeah, baby. Bleeding nipples. Fart time. Alright, I think I've said what I needed to say. Patches O'Houlihan. If this video does get you to floss more consistently or to start flossing, or maybe just made you giggle a little bit, please tell me about that in the comments because I really do hope that these videos are helping people. It would be nice to know that they are. Thank you again for watching. I really appreciate that. Please do like and subscribe. I've got other videos that I think are super helpful. I have a website, anotherlazymillennial.com. You can see more of what I'm up to on there. It should be up and running by the time this video comes out, hopefully. If you don't want to go to my website and give me your email address so you can keep up on things I'm doing in the future, I don't know, you can just share this video with people on the street, in line at the grocery, at the DMV. I appreciate it. Hope you're staying healthy out there. Have a good day. It's a bidet for your mouth. Ew, gross. Stay away from me. Oh, fudge. Hello again, it's me on a different day from the day that I originally filmed this video. I was at work and I was explaining to a patient how to floss his teeth, and he looked at me kind of confused and he was like, I don't know what you mean by under the gums. And I like it when patients say that kind of stuff to me and they're honest, because it tells me that I'm not explaining things correctly and I need to do a better job and figure out how to translate what I'm saying so that you can understand it and actually implement it in your life. So if there's something that I say in one of my videos that doesn't make sense, please do comment in the comments and I'll do my best to get back to you. I'm not sure I'm going to get back to everybody, but I don't know how many people are going to see this or make comments, but I'm going to do my best to, read the comments and respond and so on. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and make some more B-roll of me flossing my teeth so that you can see the proper way to do that there's no mistaking what I mean when I say under the gums, what I mean wrap, the tooth in a C shape and all those kinds of things, so that you definitely know the proper technique, how to do this, and there's no confusion.